Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Season 2. Don't know what week. Hits and picks. Happy to be back. Happy I didn't get roasted that bad last week, guys.
It's week 18 of NFL, right? So this is probably week 19.
Yeah, probably week 19.
All right.
Yeah, we'll say week 19. Jake, do you at least want to say hello?
Yeah, hello everybody. I'm sorry. I'm going to stick off camera this week. I'm kind of under the weather. I think I caught the bug that's going around, so I will be here, but I won't be as vocal as always.
We are 6 feet apart as well.
Agreed.
Safety.
Yeah,
6
safety.
feet.
And I have my mask on.
He does. It's the dog mask. So I kind of wanted to start this episode out with like more of like the touchy. I don't know the word to use for what's going on right now, but I felt like we should speak on it. Obviously everyone who watches sports, watches whatever, knows about the Damar Hamlin situation. Very shitty. I mean, it's very, very shitty. I've known who he was for probably 8 years now. He went to Pitt, was a great player at Pitt.
Grew up in Pitt.
To be honest, I don't really know what to say. It's just an absolutely awful situation. I just felt like we should bring it up, and I mean, glad to sit here. He's doing better today. I think he's the ultimate football guy. He can't even talk yet. He writes down, first thing he does is ask if they won the football game. I mean, that's a football guy.
Yeah.
So, hopefully he keeps recovering. They still say he's in critical condition, but he was awake. He was able to write it down. They say he is breathing better. So, prayers for Damar still that he continues his recovery. I think that was the first time ever with an injury where like I was like completely shook.
There was a Bills tight end, right? 1 year that was like almost paralyzed on the field, like 10, 15 years ago maybe. Wasn't there something like that?
I don't know.
I don't remember, but with everything, with how it looked on the field, how it's like gone on since then, it's almost like best case scenario right now. I mean, we don't know like everything that's going on. Obviously, they can't say everything. Yeah, Kevin Everett.
I think he was paralyzed.
Paralyzed from the neck down. They really don't talk about that much, which is crazy. I feel like they're not. This is going to sound bad. I feel like they're not allowed to talk about it very much.
Yeah, I mean, I think the NFL does a good job suppressing like injuries, CT, all that stuff. And I think just for me, that was one of those moments that like reminds you that these guys aren't just chess pieces and they are human.
Yeah.
I was sick to my stomach that people really were blaming T. Higgins. There was a lot of people blaming him, and I'm just wishing for his success. The news is positive, so happy to hear. But yeah, that was gut wrenching for me.
Yeah, it was
very sad.
It was tough. I mean, it's a little different too. Like going in the cardiac arrest, like on the field. Like, dude, he literally like quit breathing, like on the field. Like they had to, bring him back. It sounded like twice, pretty much.
So
I mean, it's scary.
You see Chris Pronger, the NHL guy, tweet. He had something almost exactly the same.
I think
happen.
I saw the clip for
he
this.
He took a slap shot to the chest.
Yeah.
And then he like went down, got back up. He was skating, then all of a sudden he just dropped.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could see his eyes. He's not there.
I just feel like a lot of and I know. I mean, I don't know, but a lot of people aren't really talking about the fact either that when he passed out like that, he slammed his head on the turf. Like he crushed his head on the turf. And again, we know it was cardiac stuff, but I'm sure that didn't help either.
Well, I'm sure they like did like CT scan everything to just check him out completely. Which they might not really find out like if there's an underlying condition that caused it. It might just be like it's just the way he was hit, and it just was unlucky.
And I'm pretty sure, I'm not going to look this up because I'm 99% sure I'm right, but I really think the only guy to ever win a lawsuit against the NHL or the NFL hails from Wheeling. I think Fitzsimmons is the only guy to ever win.
There's that guy who played, I can't think of his name, he played for the Steelers.
Yeah.
And he like lost his mind. I don't know if
Webster,
he killed his
Mike Webster.
Yeah. Did he kill his family?
I feel like
I know he lost.
We gotta look that up before we say that.
Yeah. Sorry if I'm wrong, but I know it was a whole
He definitely
situation.
like. I mean that was a CTE case.
Yeah,
because
I'm pretty sure. Excuse me. I'm pretty sure that it was one of those situations where I think he just showed up at Fitzsimmons' office and just like knocked on the door in like the middle of the night or whatever and was like, "Help me."
Really? Like him, Webster?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Well, to my knowledge, it was like, I'm pretty sure Fitzsimmons happened to be in the office, a light was on, and he drove down and like knocked on the door and was like, "Help, like I need your help." So I don't know.
Maybe we just go to his, try to click that maybe.
Let's see.
Jesus.
I don't know. Yeah, and I know he was one of the guys in the Concussion movie too.
Yeah.
Will Smith.
No, yeah.
I was gonna try to just go to his wiki.
Let me see,
I
Michael
saw
Webster.
it pop up on there. I thought.
My thing is like, that's back then. You should have kind of like knew that was part of it to an extent. But you should receive like better health care and stuff after you're retired and everything.
Well, for sure, and like
because they don't. I think it's not good, or it wasn't at least.
Yeah, I might be wrong about that. I shouldn't have said that. That's fucked up.
What's all right?
Me.
I mean, yeah. Let's.
I mean, it was. I know it was a terrible, terrible situation.
We can retract that, but yeah, it's sad.
It's crazy that like Fitzsimmons that just kind of like fell in his lap.
Yeah, and I mean, it really goes to show how good of it's just kind of wild that like he's been the only one that's been able to win a lawsuit against the NHL. Mm-hmm. Or why do I keep saying NHL? The NFL. Yeah, see, I'm sick. I don't know.
But I just wanted to get that out there, touch on that. Very sad situation. Prayers for tomorrow. Hopefully he continues to recover and can live a normal life. So
what do you think's going to happen with the games and fantasy football too? That's a big one.
I don't know. I really haven't thought about it that much. I didn't hear it until you said before the podcast about maybe them doing 8 teams on each side.
Everything I keep seeing, and again, they don't know this for sure, is that they're just not going to finish the game, and at least on the AFC side, they're going to put 8 seeds, and I feel like if they do that, they'll have to do it on the NFC side, and there just won't be no team will get a bye.
But I wonder if they do no team gets a bye. Is that what you're seeing? No team gets a bye?
Yeah.
See, I think it'd make I don't know.
That's kind of like you can't penalize the Bills for this because if they consider no contest, they don't get first seed. Which this weekend, that's what they'd be playing for.
Yeah.
Because they were probably they were up what 7-3 or
they were down 7-3.
Okay. So, I mean, it's up in the air, and I don't know what they're going to do about the division with the Raven Bengals because they're playing for the championship in their division.
Yeah, I don't think we'll really know until we see how the games this week turn out, truthfully. Because, like, there could end up being a thing where that game doesn't matter, but I don't see how that would happen. But, I mean, who knows? 8 seeds, that would help the Steelers for sure.
Yeah.
It would. I mean,
it would.
It would.
Yeah.
I don't know how it fall. It depends like how this weekend plays out. But my prediction is they keep the seeding how it is and they just do a coin flip as long as the Bills and Chiefs win, coin flip for the first seed.
Dude, what is this? Friday Night Lights, dude?
Yeah. They'll go to a diner.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know what they're going to do. The NFL's in a very shitty situation as well. I don't know. I'm curious to see though.
Yeah, I mean, again, I know this won't happen. I think you let all 16 seeds play. You have 16 on one side, 16 on the other, no bye weeks. One plays 16. Let them all duke it out. Broncos country, let's ride.
They took way too long to call that game, though. It was
sure.
obvious once the coaches talked. You're like, they're gonna refuse.
Yeah.
Well, again, though, like again, back to my human point. It's like, how can anybody go back out there? Because what happens is then if these players start thinking about that, then they're risking themselves to injury.
This weekend's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Because all the teams, they're not going to prepare like they normally do this week.
Yeah, it's going to...
Their mind's going to be going everywhere.
Yeah, for sure. So, I don't know. All right, let's move on. So let's just talk about the college football playoff. What do we think of the games?
Oh my God.
They were both great games.
They couldn't have been better because normally they're blowouts. And, you couldn't have won anything more.
This had to be the best semifinal playoff games there's been, like
by
both
far.
games.
Which it's wild because if the playoff games prior to this, if they all would have panned, not all of them, but some of them would have panned out like this past weekend, there's no way that they wouldn't be extending it to 12.
Yeah.
Probably not. No.
And that's what's crazy is, they're getting ready to take it to 12, and then all of a sudden these last two games were just spectacular. So it's very, very interesting for sure.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for that Ohio State kicker. Because he's getting death threats and everything.
Dude, they played the end of that game so stupid. I understand they were in field goal range. What was it, like a 50-yard field goal?
It ended as a 50-yard.
They were throwing all over Georgia. On second and third down, they run the ball. I think after second down, they ran the ball. I was like, they're not going to throw the ball here.
They took a big sack, too. What down was that?
Yeah, I can't remember. I was like, they're not going to make this field goal.
I think that was first down. Maybe they took a sack that was like 8 yards.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't set him up well, my opinion. I mean, I was glad it was a good game. So,
well, dude, it's wild. Hand up. I turned the game off when they were down by like 12 or 13 and got ready to go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason why I turned the game back on is I woke up to pee and I checked my phone, and like my mom and dad were sleeping, but they were kind of up, and I was just like, holy shit, like
you got to wake up.
Yeah, we turned the game back on and all started watching it. I think the wildest part about the whole thing is that kick lined up perfectly with the new year.
That was all. I didn't get to see the ball drop.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And even Kirk Herbstreit said, he's like, people don't even realize right now that it's about to be the new year
Yeah.
here in like a couple seconds.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Michigan TCU, great game. Michigan chokes again. TCU's, they're legit. I mean,
and again, not obviously I'm not the greatest gambler, but I am on record saying I wouldn't be shocked if TCU jumped up early.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And
two pick sixes.
And they did, and I was like, holy shit, like I'm kind of right. That's wild.
Yeah.
As soon as they broke that first play, like a 60-yard run, I said it's gonna be a rout.
Yeah.
And then he threw that pick six like right after that.
Dude, so me and my dad were talking because McCarthy was all cocky all week. He's like, oh, they're going to run that 3-3-5. We'll bring the Big 10 to the Big 12. We'll run all over them. Me and my dad were talking about this. Like, we kind of think that first play, TCU's, I mean, obviously you don't want a 60-yard run to break, but we were just kind of sitting there thinking, like, after the game, like, okay, maybe they just lined up like that on purpose to see what they actually would do. And then as soon as they ran that one run, they couldn't do anything after that.
Yeah.
So I thought that was very interesting.
There's so much going on with those games. I don't know where to start.
Yeah. I mean, they were both high scoring, good games. I mean, you couldn't ask for really anything else.
And I hate to be this guy. Like, obviously Ohio State played incredible. Like, I will give them credit where credit's due. But everybody's ripping Georgia's defense apart. It's like, I'm pretty sure if you gave any team a month to prepare on a good offense and a good defense, they're going to hang.
Yeah.
Like, even Cincinnati kind of hung with Georgia last year until the second half.
Yeah.
They just didn't have the talent like Ohio State did. So, like, no knock on Ohio State. They played fucking great. They played C.J. Stroud
he
leveled
balled,
up,
dude.
leveled up. But like, you guys got to remember, they were preparing for that game for a month.
Was it targeting?
No.
On Marvin? I don't think it was either.
No. You know what? I feel like they're not calling targeting as much as they were either, which I kind of like.
They're trying to like get it down to where like you can see him like, oh, that's obviously targeting. But because right now there's so many calls where it's like that's not targeting. They call it.
Yeah.
So it's all over the place.
I don't know the definition of targeting though, because I don't know how that wasn't targeting in the Tulane USC game.
Yeah,
I didn't see that
anymore.
I mean, it's like, to me, obviously my green wave got it done, but if that's not targeting, I don't know what targeting is. Like that was helmet, crown, into the helmet, and that one wasn't targeting, but then you'll see shoulder pads into helmets, and that's targeting.
Is targeting left up to the on-site official, or is it like a guy off-site reviewing it?
That's a great question. I have no clue.
I'm pretty sure it's off-site because when they go to review that, I'm sure they all have
I'm sure they're all discussing it.
Yeah, they all have an input, but I'm 99% sure the off-site guy is like, the guy that's reading like, okay, this happened. So I don't know. I truly don't know what targeting is. And I'm not even saying that to try to be funny or a smart ass. I just see so many things. I'm like, targeting that's not, and then not that is. So it's confusing.
Yeah. All right, we just want to do the national championship game. Just make our picks.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right.
We got records.
Yeah, of course.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
I'm making one request. Next year, if we're doing this again, you have to keep track of your record.
I mean, I have it from like 3 weeks back.
I don't know what I was like 3 losses too many and 1 win less.
Yeah, and again, I wasn't trying to be a dickhead to you, even though I kind of was. But like, it is true to where like and you have a lot on your plate, so I'm not expecting it. But there was one where like Neil or Melvin or whoever else is here had one win that he needed added on and a loss take added on, and I was he had me 3 losses up and a win down. So it's like, yeah, we'll have to start keeping track.
I have it for next week. I will have
it's my
record.
own fault as well. Like just with the holidays and stuff, so much going on. Usually I'm up to date after the game's marking who if you won the game or not. I was like a week and a half like behind. I was so far behind. Yeah. And then, Jesus God, I do it all the time. I'm drinking. I can't remember if I added the games or not, so I screw that up as well. So it's like...
And again, it only matters because of how close it is at the top. Last year, we weren't this close.
Yeah.
Pretty sure first and second were split by like 5-6 games, so that's a big difference.
Yeah, I did pretty well last year.
So, all right.
It's got to be real close this year.
What are they?
Oh, yeah. Jesus, my mind just went like that. I'm in last 90 and 125. It's getting a little better.
I feel like you've been making up ground.
The last 2 weeks I've done actually really well. Jake 97 and 110. Melvin 107, 104. Brady 108, 104. If yours is accurate, we'll find out next week.
Which again, I know there's no moral victories, but I am doing better this year than last year, and that's all I can ask for right now, percentage wise.
I'm doing so much worse, but it's okay. All right.
I have like a half or 1 game lead. He's got a
literally
push.
1 game.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean this could change drastically.
I mean, this week's huge.
Yeah.
For you two.
Well, I had 2 weeks ago. I had a really, really bad week, and then last week I bounced back.
Yeah. TCU versus Georgia. I know this line's been moving a lot, but we just always keep it where it's at when I send out the pick. Georgia's minus 12, over-unders 62.5. Do you want to read your picks, or you want me to read them for you?
I can read them, and if I'm pretty sure I know them all, but if I don't say the right one, just correct me.
Okay.
I'm taking TCU plus 12 here. Again, this is kind of a bias pick because if TCU wins, that's Big 12 money, and it gets WVU money. 12 is a lot of points. I think after last week, and seeing how close Georgia and Ohio State was and how well TCU played, I think 12 is a very disrespectful line. Again, I'm not going to be surprised if Georgia wins, but I think TCU can cover here. So I'm taking TCU plus 12.
I hope this pick's wrong. I'm going to go the opposite. TCU, I mean, they might just be a team of destiny. I don't know. It's just tough for me. They came out and controlled that game against Michigan. That's really the first time all year where they've just came out and just controlled a football game. Usually they're playing from behind. They get behind against Georgia. I don't think they're going to be able to come back. I'm going to ride with Georgia minus 12.
You want me to go or Melvin? I can go.
He's got TCU plus 12 as well.
So I'm rooting for TCU, but it could be a blowout.
I really like your pick, actually, too.
I'm taking the over 62.5. I think that's going to be a popular pick because of the playoff games last week, so I feel like that number is going to rise quickly.
Yeah, I think it's already jumped up.
I don't disagree with that, actually. But then watch, this game will be like 10-3.
And I'll be pissed.
Yeah, I really hope not.
But I'm rooting for the Big 12 team. If this was like Oklahoma or Texas, I wouldn't be doing that.
And actually, that's what I'm happy you brought that point up. That's what makes me the most happy is the first Big 12 team playing in the national championship is one that's actually staying. And one of the ones that was added in with us, it's not like your Oklahoma or Texas. And for me, that just tickles my cock. I think that's awesome that TCU and Sonny Dykes and Hypnotoad are really doing their thing.
Did you hear what the Barstool people were saying about TCU, how like they try to be so mean, but they just can't?
It's so, dude, those videos that they make after they win are so trippy and hysterical, dude. So funny. And I saw Dave was pissed because in TCU's swag bag, they had Barstool shirts, and Dave's like, why the fuck are we even selling these shirts?
I wonder if TCU knew that he's a Michigan guy. And like, didn't they tweet at Barstool?
Oh, dude, they hammered Dave in this latest video. Dave was in the whole video, and it's funny now too. Dave just started a burner account, and he has a persona now of Ohio Dave.
Yeah.
And the video he just released today was fucking hysterical.
All right, last game of college football, boys. That's kind of depressing. Time goes fast when you're having fun.
I feel like after football season ends this year, I'll be more depressed than past years because I feel like I have so much more to give. My teams just like weren't that good.
One of your teams is peaking right now.
They are. I mean, they're still not. I mean, they're decent. I won't even say they're good. They're decent.
There's a rookie quarterback growing up right between.
I'll say it for you. They're good. I mean, you don't have to say it. I can admit they're playing very good, and I think it's wild that they're playing good when Big Ben has to apologize on his podcast about Kenny P.
What did he say?
Yeah.
Why was he ripping Kenny P?
Yeah,
first?
he said
that
he didn't.
Piece of shit.
He didn't think Kenny P was going to be all this in a bag of chips or whatever the saying is, and he came out and apologized and was like, "I was so wrong. Kenny P is playing much better than I thought." And of course, Big Ben trying to take the shine when he's fucking a retired fat piece of shit. So yeah, no. Again, I'll say it for you. I think the Steelers are on a roll right now, and they're one of those teams that they're one of those teams that if they get in, they can beat anybody.
Yeah,
it's gonna be tough because they're gonna be away every game. At home's completely different,
dude. But the one Super Bowl they won a couple years ago, they played away every single game.
Yeah, that's a fact.
The bus went home in Detroit.
If they somehow win a playoff game, first they got to get in. But that's a very successful season because no one expected that.
If they win a playoff game, you got to get Kenny P tattooed on your butt.
No, because I already have to get Tannehill on my ass.
Well, Kenny P on one cheek, Tannehill on the other.
2 non-Hall of Fame quarterbacks on my ass.
It's just great to see how well he's playing. He really has gotten so much better throughout. Like these last 2 weeks, I've literally transformed into a Steelers fan.
There was
obviously I'm Cowboys first.
That's huge.
But dude, I went to the bar Sunday night. There's like a little New Year's Day party, and I had a lot of money on the Steelers. So obviously I was rooting hard for them too. But when he threw that touchdown to Najee, which was what a play, what a throw.
That was amazing.
Yeah. I was screaming, dude. It was just, I'm loving seeing this. Like, it's weird rooting for the Steelers, but that's how much I love Kenny Pickett. I'm just happy to see him doing well.
There was someone tweeted, I forget who it was. They had a theory. He looked over to the sidelines on that last drive, and he like signaled like, I can't hear anything. And they said they thought he started calling his own plays because he didn't even look at his wristband.
Yeah.
So like they said that last drive was all him.
Oh, that's awesome. If that's
that
true.
was not confirmed at all.
Yeah. That's true. That's sick. I mean, that's 2 weeks in a row he's done that now.
That's huge.
Yeah. So he's a gamer. I mean, it might not always be pretty with him, but when he needs to make plays, he'll make plays. So
if you look at his touchdowns, like week by week, he doesn't have many at all. But if you get the dub, then who gives a shit?
But again, like even in college, I don't look at Kenny P as a guy that every week is going to have like 300-400 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. He has, and obviously he's better, but he has a Tebow effect where he can just figure out how to win.
Yeah.
And that, to me, I'd rather have a quarterback that can figure out how to win rather than has like a statistical night every single Sunday.
It doesn't have to be pretty. It's all about W's.
I mean,
that's really what it's about.
He needs a defense. He needs a good defense, which luckily he's on the Steelers, which they typically have a very above average defense.
If TJ Watt's on the field, the defense is good.
Did you
which
see?
Is insane.
Did you see his record when he plays?
It's
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's insane. Like one player,
he shouldn't make that big of a difference.
No, he doesn't play. It's like the whole defense just forgets how to play.
I just get so frustrated because liking a team that's had, I think, probably 14 different quarterbacks in the last 7 seasons, it's extremely frustrating how Pittsburgh's going to go from a franchise quarterback in Big Ben, and now they just have Kenny P.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah.
So, shout out.
You're just in one of those situations.
I mean, the Broncos will be back.
For sure. They will. And
sooner than later.
And I think Sunday proved that. Again, they lost, but Russ was actually playing Russell Wilson football.
He was running the ball. Scored 2 touchdowns. They scored 24 points, and really, I think it really does just prove my point that Hackett is a fucking idiot. Yeah, he was
also
bad.
Some silver lining. It's good Javonte Williams got hurt earlier in the season.
Agree. And you want to know what's crazy is I forget that he's not, like, I know we have him, but I forget that we do.
And he's a baller.
He's a fucking, and Tim Patrick, like I didn't have him.
I forgot he was even on the team.
Who's your running back now?
Oh my God! They rotate with Latavius Murray,
which he's not doing bad.
Marlon Mack, and dude, who's the other one? The other one has been playing. I can't remember who the other one is, but it's just been they've been shuffling through.
So he shouldn't have to split carries as much when he's fully healthy.
He shouldn't have to split carries, but again, I am fully, and I like the two running back system. So I want there to be another guy.
You need like a serviceable guy.
Yeah. And again, I don't think I touched on this on here, and I just want to say rest in peace, Ronnie Hillman. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
he was the running back that I was forgetting in the Super Bowl 50 run. It was him.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah, like episode? The week before that.
Yeah.
So it was him and CJ.
Yeah.
And I can't believe I forgot it was him. So rest in peace to him as well.
Isn't it kind of crazy? Like they keep that stuff so like private. And then it comes out like they've been battling this, and then like
who's the one who had
gone?
the tear down his face? That was like
No Sean Moreno.
Is that who that was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which it's wild. There's a picture I've saved on my phone that I think I'm gonna get blown up. It's Ronnie Hillman and DT jumping up and like dapping each other up in Pittsburgh at the game that I was at. And it's crazy to think that both of those guys are gone now, and that's only like 7 years ago.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
All right, Cowboys, they stink. Fully prepared to lose first round. They stink. Unfortunately, Tampa Bay locked up the division. I am praying the Eagles lose this week, and Dallas should win. They're going against Sam Howell. We're playing everyone. We got to win. And it's very unfortunate that the Giants are locked into the 6th seed, so they're not playing anyone.
Oh, that's why they're 14.
Yeah.
Oh shit! See, I googled it and I thought they said they didn't know yet.
No, they're locked into 6.
No, I
about
thought
the
I thought they
Eagles?
said they didn't know if they were sitting everybody yet.
I think they are, from what I've heard.
So for the Eagles, are they locked into their seed or are they fighting?
They're still fighting for the 1 seed. They're still fighting for the division. If we win and they lose, we win the division and we have a chance at the 1 seed. But there's still a chance Jalen Hurts might not be playing this week as well. So.
I mean, I'm sticking with my pick anyway.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's that. They're just, dude. I don't know. They peaked too early. They look like shit right now. They beat Tennessee. I mean, what they won by like 13, 2 touches, something like that. But they just don't look good. I don't know what it is. The defense doesn't look right. Dak throws picks left and right. He's played 5 less games than Derek Carr, those two are tied for interceptions, and Dak played 5 less games than him. So.
Which I'm happy you said Derek Carr. It's insane that they might just cut him.
I think he's done there.
No, I know he's done, but I think it's wild that they might just cut him.
Really?
They might not try to trade him.
Which that's huge for another team because he's good.
He's
like,
so
he's
good.
not bad.
He's gonna get an Indy. I'm calling it now.
That would kind of suck.
I like that. I like that guess. That's a
Yeah.
good guess.
I mean, Indy's just like not a sexy team.
They got the talent. I mean,
they do have talent.
See,
Matt Ryan wasn't what they thought he was going to be this year.
I wasn't thinking Indy, even though I was thinking Miami because I think Tua, unfortunately, he has the concussion bug now.
Yeah.
What? Tua depends a lot on how his recovery is in the next like couple months.
Dude, I saw a thing on Twitter like right before I got here that they're thinking about firing Mike McDaniel.
Please do.
You're the one. Yeah, that's how I saw it.
Please
from you.
do.
Yeah.
JT loves. I would be so happy if Denver hired Mike McDaniel.
He's a hell of a coach. If the Dolphins screw that up and Flores, they're just cursed.
I mean,
Frank was #Frank was right.
the videos you see of Mike McDaniel, I don't know how you like can't love him.
Yeah,
like
he
just
is kind
awesome.
of a tool bag at some points, but
I love him.
Yeah.
And if the Broncos get him, I mean that's cool. I'll kind of be a little pissed off too.
Well, I'm more worried about the Harbaugh situation because I was talking to you before this. I will always love the Broncos, but I've just never been fans of the Harbaughs, and it would be very hard for me to have Jim Harbaugh as my head coach.
Yeah.
Truly.
You might get to love him though.
Well, again, maybe,
Kind
but
of like me with LeBron.
well, that's true. That is true. That's true.
He had an ultimate prick move today. Did you see his announcement?
Who?
Harbaugh.
No, I don't think
He put out a big announcement saying he expects to be back at Michigan.
He did the
next year.
same shit
Like,
last year.
Just say if you're entertaining offers, you're entertaining, or you're not going to be back.
Well,
Like-
so I read there's a thing in his contract that he can get penalties and stuff if he looks elsewhere from Michigan in his contract. So that's why he had to come out.
So if they come to him, it's not a penalty.
Yes, but if he looks other
He can't
places, he
explore it.
can't.
Yeah.
Which, again, he's a douchebag, but shout out to him for basically just saying, yeah, I'm going to be at Michigan unless a better offer.
So that
Yeah.
was purely a PR move for
1,000%.
recruits. That's it.
1,000%.
That's
1,000%.
trash.
Last thing on the Cowboys, unfortunately, unless Eagle fucks up, we're going to be playing Tampa first round. And I know Tampa hasn't looked great,
Would that
but
be
it's still Tom Brady, and we're going to be on the road. So not exciting.
I got to ask you a serious question.
Yes.
Serious question.
Mhm.
You're playing at Tampa.
Yeah.
You're battling. Let's say it's 14-0 Bucks.
Yeah.
And Dak is throwing 2 picks. Do you put Cooper Rush in?
They won't. And I don't think they will because Cooper is he did his job very well, but he can't go and score you 14 quick points like that can.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So when he was playing too is when their defense was absolutely fucking balling,
Yeah.
which helped a lot too. So
And since they're not on our list here, I also want to talk about which quarterback or which 2 quarterbacks are the Niners going to keep and which one is going to be out there because you're going to have Brock Purdy, Jimmy G, and Trey Lance. You can't keep them all.
I think Jimmy G's gone.
what was
Do you?
his
Yeah.
contract?
Who's?
Jimmy G.
Jimmy G this is his last year on his contract.
Okay, so he's got to be gone.
There's already been so much talk before this year about him being gone to where I feel like it's finally just going to happen. He's going to be gone.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, whoever gets him, that's
a great quarterback to get
quarterback
there
too.
Yeah, no doubt.
So there's 2 on the market that teams are going to be fighting for.
Yep, no doubt. 3, Cooper Rush too. He'll be a free agent.
Coop.
All right, let's jump into the games. 9 NFL games. I just did the Saturday ones and then the Sunday ones that have some sort of meaning. So, all right, Saturday we got 2 games. First one's the Chiefs at the Raiders. Chiefs are -9.5. Over under is 52.5.
So I think here, if I remember correctly, I took the Raiders plus 9.5.
You did.
So they looked very good last week. Jarrett Stidham balled. Devontae Adams went off. I'm not saying the Raiders are going to win. They're in a spoiler position now to fuck up Kansas City's seed. And I think that happens in the AFC West all the time. So again, I don't think the Chiefs cover that often.
Big spreads, they don't. And that's why I'm sitting here looking at my pick like, what the fuck? I literally just heard it the other day where bigger spreads like this, they usually do not cover.
Yeah, so
bigger spreads, you normally take the under too.
Yeah, that's whose system's that? Frankie's? Frankie Borelli's?
I think so, yeah.
So yeah, I'm taking the Raiders plus 9.5 solely because of how well Jarrett Stidham played and the fact that it's at home.
I really don't like this pick. I'm going with the Chiefs -9.5. Just the Raiders did play good. Stidham played well. I don't know. I'm just gonna roll with the Chiefs.
It's Melvin's.
He has the under 52.5.
I'm taking the Ravens plus 9.5. Raiders, yeah. I bet against Stidham last week. I said he was going to throw like 2 picks, and he threw 1, but it was late. I didn't think he'd play that good.
Dude, I think he had almost 400 yards passing.
Yeah, he had a lot. And him and Devontae, if they have like a good connection, that's huge. And Devontae said he wants to be back next year for sure.
Even if
Yeah.
Carr's gone?
Yeah, it came out today.
He's still so fucking good. It's unbelievable.
Well, yeah, he's only 29. Like,
Yeah.
he's still so young. And again, like, live in Las Vegas or Green Bay. It's like,
Yeah.
But once you hit 28, there's a big decline in the next couple of years.
It's a little different between receivers, though, I think, than like running backs. Like,
Dez hit it.
I don't think Dez hit it. I think Dez's injury really screwed him up.
That too, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
fuck, Deshaun Jackson still playing for the Raiders, and he's 35.
Yeah, 35.
I want to know what his 4.4 is now. Like how much it declined.
Dude,
it definitely did a little bit, but probably not much.
Oh, if I had to guess, he probably still runs at least a 4.5, at least.
Oh, I want to take it back to the Cowboys real quick. Did you see they cut James Washington?
Did they?
Yeah.
Did he even play? I
2
never
games.
heard him this year.
2 games.
I thought he was gonna be really good.
He got
especially
hurt
with
in training
Rudolph.
camp. Played 2 games. Didn't do shit. I thought he was going to do really well for Dallas this year. Got hurt in training camp. Didn't do shit. They brought in Ty. He's only played 2 games, but
he balled out last game.
Yeah, I think they're slowly bringing him in. Like, he was really good against Tennessee, and I think they're like, all right, we've seen enough from Ty. James Washington, get the fuck out of here.
So with Ty, was he hurt?
No,
he just didn't have a team.
Mm-mm.
That's crazy.
I think we're gonna start seeing that a lot more going forward. As we'll have these guys that'll get signed with like 4
older
weeks
like
to go,
receivers,
and playoff teams, and that'll make a difference. And I actually think that's really cool. I saw him talking about it on the Pat McAfee show, and I think that'll be a regular thing now where we see receivers or like defensive ends, like third down guys that'll get signed like late in the season to make a big effort.
Yeah,
JJ Watt next year.
That's exactly who I was thinking about, but I don't know. We'll see. I mean, again, if his heart and stuff's messed up, I don't want him to do that, but don't be shocked if he's a Steeler next year.
Yeah.
That would be, like, he's got to know the whole league or all the fans want that, just because that'd be awesome.
Dude, imagine all the wattage that Pittsburgh will have on their team, bro.
They should call JJ and be like, we're going to cut Derek if you don't sign.
Yeah.
Dude,
try it out.
That'd be the
put him in the position.
That would have to be the first time in history that 3 brothers played on the same NFL team.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, no doubt.
Because you got the McCourtney brothers, but there's only 2 of them that play for the Patriots.
Yeah.
I don't think 3's ever happened.
I'm trying to think of 3 other brothers who even played in the NFL. I don't think I can
I mean, there's been a lot of 2s, but
yeah, I
not
don't know
many
about
3s.
3s. Was there 2 Gronks in the league at one point?
Yeah.
Or only 1?
2.
Actually, dude, there might have been 3 Gronks in the league at once.
I don't know. They weren't on the same team.
No, they
though.
weren't
Yeah.
on the same team though.
Because what is there? 4 brothers, I think.
Yeah, one was a fullback, then Rob, and then I think there was another tight end that played somewhere else.
Yeah, I can't confirm that. All right. Second game, Titans at the Jaguars. Jaguars are -6. Over under is 40.
I'm gonna be a Jag off here. I'm taking the Jags.
They're rolling.
-6. Thank God you didn't take the bet with Brady because Brady would have won.
I kind of forgot about that.
Me too.
Yeah. So thank God. Trevor Lawrence finally has found a coach that lets him do his thing, and Trevor Lawrence is a very fucking good quarterback.
They got weapons.
They got weapons, so I'm going to be a Jag off this week. I'm taking the Jags.
I'm taking the Jags -6 as well. They're absolutely rolling right now. I would not want to play them in the playoffs. That is all I'm saying.
Melvin?
Jags -6 as well. Same reasoning as me.
So I'm taking the under 40 because
Make it a first one.
because
It's got to be.
the Titans quarterback, like when Tannehill doesn't play, they go under like almost every time. But that Jags -6 can be our first big hitter.
Let's go.
Love it. Love that pick.
Yeah, I love that one.
40
too.
is such a low total too, but I don't think there's gonna be like any points.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, we need to find at least 2 more. All right, Sunday, Ravens at the Bengals. Bengals are -7. Over under is 41.5.
I believe I took the Bengals -7 here. They're playing for seeding, and that's solely why I'm taking them. They have a lot more to. I mean, I know the Ravens are pretty much in, but I think technically somehow the Bengals can they still get the 1 seed?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think the Bengals have a lot to play for, so I'm taking them.
I'm also going to take. Hold on. No, I don't know why I did that. I'm also going to take the Bengals -7. Obviously Lamar Jackson's not playing again. Are they saving him for the playoffs, I'm guessing?
I would assume, yeah.
Yeah. What's his name's not very good.
Huntley.
Yeah, he's not very good.
I mean, he's serviceable for now.
He's like I mean, obviously he's more athletic, but he reminds me of like a Trevor Siemian. A guy that won't lose you the game, but he's never going to win you a game
Which
either.
I kind of like what the Ravens did. They got like a quarterback very similar to Lamar as best they could, and they just keep the system the same.
Did I say my pick?
Yeah, what's
Bengals.
Melvin's?
He's also on the Bengals -7. This is another team I wouldn't want to play right now. I know they're a lot better than Jacksonville record-wise and everything, but they've been playing unbelievable.
The reason I didn't take the spread in this game is because the Bengals just played the Bills in that game, so I don't know how they're going to prepare this week.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to take the over 41.5.
Could we possibly make that one?
Yeah. I mean, I don't hate it.
I'll put a little dot by it for now.
And I am fully convinced now that and this is just me, I'm putting Joe Burrow up there with the Josh Allens and the Mahomes of the world.
No doubt.
Oh, yeah.
He might be the guy, to be honest with you. Josh Allen, I think, is the most athletic out of all of them. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes, but I think Burrow might be, like, if I had to rank him right now, I think he'd be my number one,
He's
to
just
be
a
honest.
winner, too. He just wins.
Josh Allen has a leg up on everyone with how he can run. I mean, Burrow's a better passer and everything, but you just can't run.
To go back to what I said about Kenny P, Joe Burrow is a guy that is lucky because he wins games and he can put up the 400 yards passing.
He does both. Yeah.
And again, so can Mahomes. No shade on Mahomes, but I think Mahomes is just getting older, and I don't think Mahomes has as good as weapons anymore as he used to.
No, he doesn't. And he's got to be like 31.
He's got to be getting up there.
So he's not going to be as great these next couple years.
All right. Next game, Patriots at the Bills. Bills are -7. Over under is 42.5.
I took the Bills here -7, solely one for DeMar. I think they'll come out and they'll play tough, but also this is a massive seeding game, and that's why I'm taking these teams this week. I didn't take the Chiefs, but I'm taking the teams that are really playing for that 1 seed because the bye, if it stands, does make a difference now that only one team gets one.
Yeah. It's a huge game for the Patriots too. Bills might come out really wanting to win for DeMar, the whole situation, or their heads might not be there. I mean, it could go either or, I think. I'm going with the Patriots +7 because if the Patriots win, they're in the playoffs. I think they're going to do everything they can to keep this game close. I'm just going to roll with the Patriots, getting the 7. And Melvin is on the Bills -7 as well.
I think the Bills, even though they probably won't prepare very well this week, they're gonna be on it. They're at least gonna play fucking hard. I just don't know if the offense will click as well as usual, so I'm gonna go under 42.5. It could very well be a very close game. So I was leaning towards Patriots +7, but I'll go under.
All right.
Belichick will be on it.
Next game, Jets at the Dolphins. Jets are -1. Over under 38.5. Go ahead.
I took the Dolphins here +1. I'm going to take the home team with the point. I think Skylar Thompson is playing better than Mike White or a Zach Wilson will play. And again, this game means more for the Dolphins because I think the Jets might be eliminated, and if the Dolphins win, I believe they're in as well. Depending on what happens with the Patriots and depending on what happens if they do 8 seeds.
I'm going with the Jets -1. I think the Dolphins are completely cursed. I believe Zach Wilson's playing again this week. I think the Jets cannot make the playoffs. You are correct, but they're going to want to play spoiler against a division rival. I don't have faith in Skylar Thompson. I got a little more faith in Zach Wilson, even though he's a complete jackass.
Mike White should be the starter, though, I believe.
I could have swore Zach Wilson starting.
I know they said they're going to stick by,
or maybe
keeping
they're just
Zach Wilson.
Stick buying him.
I know they said they're not giving up on him yet.
Let's see. Well, I mean,
go to news.
Let's see. Of course, it just doesn't fucking pop up.
It looks like it's Mike White.
Yeah, it does look like Mike White.
Okay. I like that better.
Mike White's a dog, so he's very good.
Hey, he threw me up a stinker for the fantasy football championship, and I still won.
I saw that. Congrats, by the way.
Thank you.
You got lucky.
Did I ever pay you?
I'm pretty sure, but I'll double check. Okay. It would have been Venmo.
Yeah.
I think everybody paid.
Okay.
And Schutz he's not happy.
Why?
Was he pissed?
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't really respond too much.
Yeah.
He's just yeah, whatever. It's fine.
What was he mad about?
His team sucked. I mean, mine did too.
Yeah.
But he's lucky he made it.
Yeah.
Because who did you play last week? You?
Me. And if I would have made it this week, I would have blown everybody out. I would have won by so many points.
Yeah, which I thought, since his team wasn't projected as much as mine, I asked him, do you want to do 1,000 to the winner or 900? He said 1,000. I was like, okay, we'll do that. That's fine with me. Yeah. Which, I mean, that's typical for him, though, because he's a big bettor anyway. Yeah. So, I mean, he put it all out on the line. I like it.
I think the most frustrating part for me losing last week is any decision I would have made wouldn't have nobody on the bench I could have put in to win. My team just stunk.
There were so many stinkers last week, and then this week I had so many people out, and Schutz did too with Hurts and someone else, and I had 3 people out. So it was a bad week for our championship.
So what did they decide for fantasy then with that game?
So one of my leagues, Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, and Davis had to play, and I just got a text that they just declared a winner. They were just
shit.
that's it.
That kind of sucks.
Which there's so many leagues where that's just up in the air.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, what you do. I think you just split the money.
Yeah, or everybody just gets their money back and you just call it a year.
So everyone played in you guys' matchup, I'm guessing. Then.
Yeah, we got lucky with that.
Okay.
So we don't have to deal with anything up in the air.
Wait, I thought didn't 6 have Joe Mixon?
I don't think so.
No, I could be wrong. Maybe I was looking at
Yeah,
one
he
other.
wasn't starting at least. Or
Okay.
I don't know if he's playing.
No, I could have been looking at the other league.
I don't think I said Melvin's pick. He took the over 38 in the Jets-Dolphins game. He's or 38 and a half. He's over 38 and a half.
So it's me. I'm taking the Jets -1, obviously, because Mike White, he's not going to have like another bad week like that. And I need the Jets to win for the Steelers to make the playoffs.
Yeah, you do.
And I just don't believe in Skylar Thompson. I mean, he's not bad, but he's a rookie.
All right. Browns at the Steelers. Steelers -2.5. Over-under's 40. I picked against the Steelers last week. I'm an idiot. I don't know why I did it. I'm sorry.
I took the Steelers -2.5 here. I don't know. I just think they're rolling. I think they're a team that if they get in, nobody's going to want to play them, and they will hang with anybody. Their defense is solid, and Kenny P is playing incredible. So, yeah, I'm taking the Steelers -2.5.
I'm also on the Steelers -2.5, strictly because of Kenny P. I really want the Steelers to make the playoffs. So, Steelers -2.5. Melvin's also on the Steelers -2.5.
I'm going to take the under 40.
Well, I'm just making this a big hitter because you need the Steelers.
Okay, yeah.
Still.
The only reason I didn't take the spreads because it's going to be a close game no matter what.
Yeah.
So it could very well be like a 1-point game, but I'm comfortable with that being a big hitter.
Okay. So far, Jags Steelers. Maybe we can get 2 more. All right. Giants at the Eagles. Eagles are -14. Over-under is 43.
Yeah, so I'm an idiot here. I must have read something wrong. I took the Giants +14. Not confident in it, but 14's a lot of points, so you never know. If Jalen Hurts doesn't play, there's a chance that they still keep it close. So taking the Giants.
I'm also on the Giants +14. It's a lot of points, and I will be rooting against Philadelphia very, very, very hard in this game. So I'm going to take the Giants. Melvin is on the under 43. Giants, Eagles under 43.
I'm taking the Giants +14. That's just too many points. Like, if the Eagles get up, they're going to rest their guys anyway. So there could be like a 10-point game at the end anyway.
So since he's not here, should we just do it?
Yeah, I mean, well, just
put a little dot
put
by
a
it?
dot
Yeah,
on
put a
that
dot.
one. Let's see what these last two are.
All right. Cowboys at the Commanders. Cowboys are -7.5. Over-under's 41. Melvin is a coward for not taking that bet.
I agree. That was a pretty solid bet.
$10.
I mean, 27 points.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of crazy. I believe I'm riding with the boys though. Solely because we don't know how Sam Howell will play. I mean, there's a chance he plays well, but also you have to assume the last week of the season he probably won't play that great. So I'm taking the Cowboys -7.5.
Dallas's defense will make him look good. I'm on the over 41. Dallas's defense is a disaster. They'll put up points, but they'll let up points as well. Give me the over 41. Melvin is on Dallas, Washington under 41. So pretty much he thinks Sam Howell's going to stink, and he was bragging about him starting in the group text. So a lot of faith you have in your quarterback, Melvin.
I'm going to take the over 41. The Cowboys are going to put up some points, and Sam Howell will probably throw a pick or two like in their own territory, so I'm banking on that setting up like a few extra points for me.
Okay. All right, last game. Biggest game of the Sunday by far. Packers win. They're in the playoffs. Lions win. They need Seattle to lose, I believe, is the scenario.
Who's Seattle play?
Yeah, I didn't put that on here for whatever reason.
Let's see. Seattle plays.
Los
The
Angeles
Rams. Damn.
Rams.
The Rams
Baker
suck too.
But they got Baker. And
Baker
That is true.
Cam
No
Akers is
spoiler.
balling too.
That is true. And Baker's playing for a contract anywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah,
He'll want to play spoiler.
He's going to be fighting like he's fighting for a playoff spot.
Yep. All right, Lions at the Packers. Packers are -4.5. Over/under is 49. I cannot believe the fucking Packers are going to sneak into the playoffs.
Yeah, so I'm going to be honest with you. This is the game that took the longest for me to pick. I went back and forth multiple times. My bias wants to see the Lions win and get in the playoffs, but I still ended up picking the Packers at home -4.5. Rodgers
They're starting to get it going.
He's just being Rodgers, so I don't know.
I'm also on the Packers -4.5. They're starting to turn it around big time. I'm going to ride with them, unfortunately, because I hate them cheesehead wearing cocksuckers. Melvin's also on the Packers -4.5.
I'm taking the Lions +4.5. There was Packers were 2-6 at one point, and Packers Aaron Rodgers just looked disinterested. He was just checked out, and then all of a sudden they just go on this run. But it'll be a 3-point game, so I'm confident in that 4.5.
That's exactly why I almost took the Lions. I'm like, this will be a field goal game, and then I talked myself out of it, so I don't think that's a bad pick.
4.5 is too much. I think it should be like 2.5. Then it's like a pick 'em almost.
Yeah. All right, that's all the games. We got to decide on 2 more. I say we do the Giants +14, and then we do the other one we have the dot by, which is the Bengals -7.
I'm cool with that if you guys are.
I'm down.
Might as well.
This is one of the last weeks we can do it. We're getting down to the end.
We didn't hit one all year.
Shout out Nick.
Yeah, shout out Nick, man. Shout out Nick.
Closest chance, wasn't it?
Oh, fuck.
That
That's still so
sucked.
funny, man.
When was that? Where were we?
Your
wedding.
Was it my wedding?
Yeah, we were at the wedding. We were just like, Nick, what the fuck's happening? He was like, I'm sorry.
Oh, dude.
Your
We
dad
were on
blew
a
it.
roll that day, boys. We
Yeah.
were on a roll.
That was the very last game, right?
Yeah,
They were all done.
they were all done. Yeah.
All right. So the final big hitter: Jags -6, Steelers -2.5, Bengals -7, Giants +14. One time, just one time.
One time for the one time.
All right.
Shout out PJ for coming on the pod. Glad to have you.
Yeah, what the
He was
fuck
rumored
was
to
that?
come on.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he said he wanted to come on all year, and then he just never showed up.
He's a fucking. I ain't even gonna start with him.
Frick.
I ain't doing it. Okay, that's it for football. We'll talk quickly about college basketball. Me and Melvin's been talking, boys. I won't lie to you two. He wants to give you guys 3 strikes. Talking WVU here. Okay? I'm going to be the guy to do
Okay.
it. I'm not going to call you frauds yet, but I'm putting you on fraud alert. Okay? I think I did this last year. I understand Kansas State is good, but you're up 12 or something like
Right,
that. You
right.
got to win that fucking game.
Agreed.
Okay? Oklahoma State. What'd they go down? I mean, they went down in this one. What were they down? Maybe 10,
12,
around
I
10,
think.
12?
Yeah.
They battled back. They took the lead for what? A little bit?
Yep. And then Eric Stevenson grabbed his cock.
And it was over.
He hit 3 straight threes, and
You got to win that game. Oklahoma State's not good.
Well,
They're
I'm
okay.
not going to say they're not good. They were beating Kansas by 14 the game prior.
Yeah.
So they can beat people.
Yeah.
But I think we all, again, sorry, go ahead, finish.
They're 8-5, though. You got to win that game.
Yeah.
You got to win that game. Like I said, I'm not going to put it on you yet, and I'm not going to do it this Saturday because this Saturday is obviously a tough game. You play Kansas.
You kind of have to, though, because this Saturday's Kansas and Wednesday's Baylor. So, I mean, there's
dear God.
we need a good showing.
You need to win one of these two.
Yes.
You need to win one of these two. Good news for you guys, though. Jose Perez maybe going to be able to play, which is huge for WVU.
The game we're going to.
Well, you two might as well speak on WVU while.
Well, no, I just want to
Since
hear
we're on the topic.
what you and Melvin.
Yeah,
is
what are
that
the
it?
3 strikes?
No, it was just the strikes about WVU being frauds. We were
Okay.
discussing it because me and him were at you guys a little bit about him last year.
For sure.
Deservedly so.
I think Melvin may have gave strike 1 with the loss to Oklahoma State. I just wanted to bring it up because he's a little farther behind than me. I'm just going to put him on fraud alert. They need to win one of these next two. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Now you two can discuss and tell me, come at me, tell me what you're thinking.
So you can't give us a full strike for that Oklahoma State game. I say half a strike because that was a way we just started Big 12 play. We're going to struggle to start.
Well, Pitt hasn't struggled to start.
Pitt's done well. I can't talk shit on Pitt.
ACC's not the Big 12. Ty.
No, you're also right there, but I'm just on my high horse right now. So let me be.
Any team at home in the Big 12 can beat anyone.
Yeah,
I truly believe that. So like starting out 0-2 fucking sucks, but it's not the end of the world.
No, it's not.
So we should have won 1-1 in those games. We should have won one.
Yeah, no doubt.
But if we win one of these next two games, that's huge.
No doubt.
Yeah, I mean how it looks for me is last year we started 2-0 and it ended up meaning nothing.
Mm-hmm.
With Big 12 play, I look at it like you have to win most of your home games and steal a few on the road.
Mm-hmm.
I think we could have won both of those games. Classic WVU, not making foul shots when we need it.
That's terrible.
And I mean, Stevenson, I like his energy. He has to not get those dumb technical fouls to get himself fouled out of the game. Both of those games we could have won. And then he gets fouled out from doing dumb shit, and then we end up losing. I'm not going to disagree with what you guys say, though. Again, I'm on record saying this team had potential. There was no
guarantee.
There's no guarantee that this team, to me, they are still overperforming, in my opinion. A lot of these guys, too, this is the first time that they're ever playing in the Big 12. Mm-hmm. They realize how tough it is, how physical it is. Obviously, there's a big chance we start off 0-4. Obviously, I don't want that. I won't be shocked if we win one out of these next two. I won't be shocked if we win both. I'm just looking at it as 10-8 is what I'm focusing on to guarantee to get in. This is the first time we've had a team in years that can score points. If it comes down to us having to win games in the Big 12 tourney, I think we can do it. So, again, I'm not disagreeing with you, but I do believe that we did say that it's going to take them some time to get some rhythm in the Big 12.
Yeah, we 10-8, like that was a very reasonable prediction, which is still alive.
Oh, for sure.
So, like, and we said 4 seed in the Big 12's our ceiling. So it's like we weren't.
Like, what's the floor? 9 seed? What is there? 10 teams in the?
I think 10. Yeah.
Because what were they projected? 9th, right?
9th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I fully expect us to be right in the middle.
For sure.
I don't think they're going to finish 9th. No, I'd say
no matter what, we're on the bubble to make the tournament.
Yeah. And again, no excuses. I'm with you. They definitely should have won both of those games. I think I'm just looking at it from a different perspective this year. I didn't even think we'd be at this point where I'm like, holy shit, they can actually beat these teams. And we'll see when or if Perez comes in, how much of an impact he makes, who doesn't get playing time, and how he adds into the rotation. And he's just another scorer, so we'll see.
It'll take a while to figure out where Perez fits in, and like he's gonna have some rust. Like it's only natural.
It ain't gonna be easy for him just to go from where was he, Manhattan, to Big 12 basketball,
and not playing since last.
Yeah, it's gonna be an adjustment.
But again, I'm not even gonna argue with you. I'm not even saying you two are wrong. I just wanted on record saying that we weren't saying that like they're going to be the best team in the Big 12. So I think it's different than last year where we were sitting there saying like
they're going to be the shit. No, you're right. You guys are right for sure. But I have to.
Oh, 1,000%. You got to keep us in check.
Yep. Perez should get his waiver denied or granted on Wednesday, and that's when they play Baylor. We'll be there. If he hits his first shot in that game, that place will go nuts.
Which it's awesome because I was at the first game. I believe it was against Pitt where Kalichla got his waiver in. And I remember when the first time Kalichla checked in, the Coliseum erupted. So I'm just hoping that I get to see that again.
Yeah.
I want to see Jalen Bridges when he checks or when they like announce his name, how many boos he gets. Everyone better fucking boo him.
Yeah, and I love our seats that we normally sit in, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm not upset that we don't have to walk all those stairs this time either.
Where are we at?
We're up in the twos, but we're not all the way at the top.
Okay.
So you guys are going Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's Melvin going with Saturday?
No, he's
going with us Wednesday.
on Wednesday.
Oh, I thought he told me he was going Saturday to the Kansas game.
No, that's his birthday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big 3-0.
Old man.
But yeah, go ahead, Pitt. Go ahead,
I'm on
buddy.
my fucking high horse. We're back. We ain't losing at the Pete again, dude. We're rolling. 4-0 in the ACC. Play Clemson Saturday. We win Saturday. We're in sole possession of first place in the ACC. To say I'm surprised, I'm very fucking surprised. I was been teetering back and forth. I mean, we just beat 2 straight top 25 teams. We beat North Carolina and we beat Virginia the other night, and they were ranked 11th. Carolina was 25th. They were down. What I love about this team is they're an older team. They're experienced. Both games, I think they went down 11 against Virginia. The first half was terrible. They could get nothing going. They battled their asses off the second half, came back and won. Same against North Carolina. I think they went down 9, battled back, got a win. There's no fucking quitting this team. I don't know. I'm just very excited. I'm still not getting too excited because I know how shit stuff can turn. But they need to keep winning because the ACC is down again. Where I think it's going to be like last year, where I think only 5 ACC teams made the tournament last year, 5
Which
or 6.
Very bad for them.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be like that again this year. So they just need to keep winning conference games, get me to 20 to 22 wins somehow. They're at 11. I know that's asking for a lot, but some of their toughest games are already out of the way. Virginia was a tough game out of the way. North Carolina, tough game.
Where
out
were
of the
those
way.
at?
Both at home.
Okay.
The Pete has been rocking a little bit again. Okay, they play Saturday at 4 against Clemson at home again. I think that place is going to be rocking. And then
how do they get so many home games in a row?
3 off the rip, then they go to Duke. So that's why I think Saturday's another huge game because I know Duke got routed last night, but it's not easy to go to Cameron Indoor and win a basketball game. So I think Saturday's huge. Win there, go to Duke, see what you can do. That's all I'm saying. It's just great. It's been 6-7 years since Pitt basketball has been relevant again. I mean, it's just awesome. I'm very happy. The other day, I was just sitting there. I was just smiling at the TV. I was literally just smiling. It's like they weren't even leading yet. They went down, like I said, they went down like 11, and I think they cut it to like 2 or 4. And I'm just smiling. I'm like, this fucking team. Like any other year, they would just get blown out of the water. But not this team. Besides WVU and Michigan, they did get their fucking asses kicked. But it's a whole different team from when they played them. I'm happy with where they're at. I want to see a number by their name next week. I need them to win Saturday. If they win Saturday, I think I might see one of them pretty little numbers by their name.
It's close.
So
it's right there.
Let me. You're more of a basketball guy than me, so let me ask you this: what does WVU? Because you said they're teetering on fraud alert. Where do they go if they turn around and beat Kansas at home and Baylor at home?
Then they're back.
Are they back up like?
Oh, they're back up.
Okay.
If you can win both those games, you're back up. The whole thing with them, dude, is those are just 2 winnable games.
Agreed.
You can't. I mean, that Kansas State game was a debacle. That was terrible. Oklahoma State, I think I understand more, even though they're both on the road. Because they were down. They came from being down, battled back. That stupid shit happened with Stevenson. They lost. You're up 12 on Kansas State. I mean, you're controlling pretty much that whole game. You got to win.
Yeah.
You got to win one of them.
I don't disagree.
So, yeah, that's all I have, though, for college basketball. Exciting times for me. You two are being optimistic, which I love. And you're right. I shouldn't be calling them fraud or putting them on fraud alert because it wasn't like last year where you two were very high on them. So
yeah, we were so wrong last year.
That hurt so bad last year.
Yeah, we
so
were so wrong.
I'm just trying to keep you guys in check. You know, we got to talk about it. So, because the way they were playing, I was like, WVU is going to be tough. So last year we called it out early. This year I am not calling it out early because I think they're a lot better than last year. But just don't do it again.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
One thing about Pitt, you guys got to watch out for. I'm gonna start betting on them.
Oh my God! You know what? You know what my twisted brain's thinking right now? That they can make a run in the tournament if they make it. This is off one thing. The way they play fast. They like to shoot. Those teams in the tournament who get hot, it's shooting. If you can put together some games in the tournament shooting the shit out of the ball, you're more than likely going to win. So that's where my brain's twisting. But then I'm like, Tyler, you haven't made the fucking tournament since 2015, 2016. Shut the fuck up. Yeah. Shut the fuck up and just make the tournament. So I'm focused in on just making the tournament.
But I can see where you're thinking, too, because, like, obviously the hardest part's making the tournament.
Yeah.
But that's where the different thoughts of, like, the Javon Carter and the Deuce McBride teams getting in, they weren't scorers like this team is.
Yeah.
They're more defensive. So, like, my brain's kind of in the same
it's
wave.
Like, get in. If you're hot, you can make a run.
Because I agree, man. Like, in the tournament, it's all about fucking putting those runs together, and both of our teams can score. Yeah. So I get why you're thinking that way.
You should be excited. I mean, it is a lot better now.
Yeah, John Hughley is supposed to be back Saturday. He was supposed to be the best player on the team, best returning player. I don't know what's been going on with him. He's been all fucked up, not injured, just mental shit, I guess. He's supposed to play Saturday, which is going to be great to have him back. So we'll go from there. Big game Saturday, and that's it. I should have did this segment first. Lakers, they're all the way fucking back. That's all I'm saying. 3-game win streak. Haters hate to see it. Haters hate to see it.
It is wild though that they're like the 12th seed right now, and they're 3.5 games back from being the 5th.
They're
seed.
right there.
They're right there.
Yeah. I mean, they are right there, but they're old. And their injuries, they're going to have injuries, and that's going to set them back.
They're not that old. Nah, they got LeBron's old.
The rest of Westbrook's old.
Westbrook's a little older.
Schrader, he's getting
Schroeder's
older.
Schroeder's
getting
older.
How's AD
Holy
playing?
Shit. He's out.
Okay, so here's my prediction, and I stole this from somebody.
Are you in on the Lakers?
I'm
think
not
you secretly.
I'm not in on the. I just don't follow basketball, so like that. The fact that you like a team makes me like pay attention to that.
Yeah.
What if the Lakers trade AD to the Nets and they get Kyrie?
Oh, that'd be incredible.
Could happen.
Incredible. Yeah. AD, there's rumors he could be back middle of January, sometime in January. So
I called that.
What? That
him getting hurt.
Oh yeah.
I just didn't get. I said it was going to be his
he
back.
was on a run.
But in our defense, awesome. He's only played 2 full seasons his entire career.
Yeah, true. True. But he's going to have another injury after this one too.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
He's going to. That's
you know
the way
what the
it
Lakers
goes.
should consider? Like maybe playing him in like big games only, and then like at the
minutes
end of the
restriction.
Year, at the end of the year, when like try to get to like top 6 seed, so you don't have to play in that play-in shit, and then just let them go.
Yeah, but dude, they're even like quote unquote the Steelers, where like all they have to do is get 10th, and then they can go on a run.
Yeah. No doubt.
And dude, what about that play where Draymond magically passed the ball to Clay?
It doesn't make sense.
Did you see that?
I didn't see it.
I watched it
100 times.
I don't know how Clay got the ball.
Me either.
There's a play where Draymond has the ball, and he sets like a pick while he has the ball, and then all of a sudden Clay comes to the top of the key and shoots.
So Draymond's he's at like the top of the key with the ball. Clay runs behind him like on a screen, and when he's running behind him, the ball like appears in Clay's hand somehow.
And you can zoom in every angle.
You can't tell because a player's running for like trailing Clay.
Yeah.
To where it looks like it's like a magic trick.
It's like Draymond had the ball, then all of a sudden Clay was shooting the ball.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I gotta see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, we'll show it to you.
We're gonna talk about our boy.
Jake?
Oh,
PFL?
You gotta talk about Jake.
Yeah, that's legit.
That's
I
big
didn't
time.
see that coming. I thought he was just going to announce his next fight.
Dude, he signed there. He's got partial ownership, and the fighters are getting 50% of the pay-per-view buys.
Oh, good.
He's doing it now. Like haters can't hate. Like,
I wonder if he's going to continue to box as well.
well, so I saw his first offer was a 2-fight
With
deal
Nate.
with
Yeah,
Nate,
I saw
boxing and then MMA.
Yeah, I saw that, and then I saw, which I think would be sick, because Anthony Pettis is in the PFL. To where Pettis said if Nate Diaz said no, he would do it, which I think would be really cool too.
Which it's also crazy because I know that the UFC's on ESPN, but so's the PFL.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how. I mean, obviously the UFC's bigger than the PFL, but I'm interested to see how the ratings, those pay-per-view ratings, shift.
Yeah. I was very surprised by this, especially just with how well the boxing thing's been going. It's a huge risk for him. He's risking a lot doing this. I'm sure he's making a lot of money with doing this as well, but dude, it'll be sick to see him in an MMA fight.
Dude,
like,
and they can wrestle, though. The Pauls were good wrestlers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, and again, I know this is a different brother, but watching the video of Logan wrestle Paulo Costa was like pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Because he hung with him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, yeah, that's very exciting stuff. Dylan Dennis, you're a bitch. He put today on Twitter, "Am I the most hated athlete?" Like, you're not a fucking athlete, dude.
No,
you're not
you
an
can't
athlete.
claim to be an athlete.
No,
Dude,
you're
he's
not an
fought
athlete.
Twice.
Yeah.
The only reason he's relevant
It's because of Connor.
McGregor. That's
yeah,
it.
Yeah. I hate him more than about anyone.
I
He
don't want
sucks.
to. I don't want to hear anybody like talking about him anymore.
No.
You know, did you watch his interview with Ariel Helwani? He lays into him a little bit. Like, he gives it right back to him.
Ariel does?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's funny. And then, like, it just came out that he wasn't fighting, and Ariel was like, "I fucking told you." Like, I called him out, like, right to his face, and, like, I was right.
Yeah.
Yeah, bad luck for Dana. Dana's New Year's Eve video.
Yeah,
of
that
him
was
and his
bad.
Wife
That
getting
was
a no
bad,
fight.
bad.
You can't be too surprised.
Yeah, but I mean, it's bad regardless.
Yeah.
It's still tough.
Dana probably had a bunch of booze in him, probably some snow. It was probably snowing too for
it was
him.
snowing in Mexico.
It hurts his credibility a lot
Yeah,
with
it does.
what he
That
says.
wasn't a good look.
And again, this isn't sports, but shout out Portnoy for being on Rogan finally.
Did that episode drop today?
Yeah, it
At
dropped.
least
Did you listen
I
already?
listened to the whole thing.
I'm an
How
hour
is
in.
it?
It was good, but you could tell. I don't want to say Dave was reserved, but like he had to feel out how it was all going. I think the next
Yeah.
one will be better, but they get into like an argument about Tommy Fury because Dave's like, Tommy Fury's not a fucking boxer. And Joe's like pulling up highlights and Dave keeps talking and Joe's just like, shut the fuck up and watch this. He's like, shut the fuck up. And Dave's like, this kid sucks. And he's like, what? Like they get into a little fight and it's so funny, dude. It's so
Yeah.
funny. So shout out to those two. I just thought it was pretty cool that he was on there.
Yeah, that's been a long time coming, I feel like. So hopefully, did they say he's going to go back on?
Well, once you go on once, your
You-
chances of going back on
Yeah.
like skyrocket.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm sure he's going to get amazing views on that episode,
I'm
too.
sure.
Oh, yeah. Well, I texted my mom. I was like, this could break the internet. This could be like
Yeah.
the #1 listen podcast ever.
Yeah.
And how he broke the news, like, he just did his sit-up
Yeah,
day
sit
number
up thing.
4. I was like, that's
As soon
amazing.
as I saw the rug, I was like, holy shit, it's happening.
I know. I sent it to JT instantly. I was like, it's happening.
Yeah. So, all right. You want to close her out?
Yeah. Again, boys, we're hitting the stretch here. I'm proud of us. We'll still
We did it.
Still have a couple more sods to go, but we did it. Let's root hard for the big hitter.
If we finish it too, we are promising a March Madness special.
1,000%. I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh,
we,
yeah.
we probably should do 2. We probably should do opening weekend and then
A recap of it.
Sweet 16.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Because doing one for the championship would be kind of
Yeah, I like that. We
pointless,
can do
but-
a couple. Yeah.
But yeah, follow me Twitter and Instagram at Juice Fisherman. And as always, thank you. Subscribe to the Juicebox podcast on YouTube.
Follow me on Twitter, Brady_21_. Hopefully we're back next week and the Steelers are in the playoffs, even though I canceled.
He did cancel.
It was like week 4.
It's so tight because I was already egging him on. I'm like, I can cheer for him. You can't.
He canceled so early.
I mean, wouldn't you have canceled? Mitch was
Not
so
week
bad.
4.
But then we had the gauntlet.
Yeah, but you didn't even wait for Kenny P to come in. I think you canceled before Kenny P even played.
I did.
Yeah.
But you didn't think he'd do that good.
Well,
like,
he didn't at first. He's gotten so much
better. It was the gauntlet, and he's just balled out.
You got through
since
the
then.
gauntlet. What have they won? 4 in a row? 5? Or 5 or 6? 4 or 5, 5 or 6, something like that.
We lost to the Ravens like 3 weeks ago when we should have won.
Yeah. So
if we won, which we should have won, if we would have won that, we're in the playoffs.
Yeah. So, all right. At Tyler Drow 24 _ Twitter and Instagram. Peace out.